It's George, and I'm back again with the results of my adventure I went on. I went to a rock show. Okay. I saw two meteorite experts, took several rocks in that I know were meteorites, showed them to one person. He wasn't sure what it was, so he asked another expert what he thought. At the end of 5+ minutes of discussion between the two, they came up with a guess at what it was. Now, for me, if you are an expert, you should be able to tell within inside a minute, if you've seen enough rocks and stuff, you should be able to tell what the rock is. You've seen enough of them. Okay. In the end, my so-called rocks, I was told they were geodes. Okay, now, geodes are hollows with crystals inside. Okay, we're going to go to the two rocks that they said were geodes. Okay, here's one. Yeah, that's hollow and it has lots of crystals inside. That's a geode. Number two. Yes, here we go. Another geode. Yeah, it's got crystals, but where's the hollowness? Okay, and people don't understand why I'm upset, because this is what people are getting. This is what people are getting when they take stuff in. I was told this. They only test what they think is a meteorite. What they think, not what you think, what they think. So my question is, what if what they think is wrong? Because man makes errors and has been wrong. Okay, so if they're wrong on their guess that you might have a meteorite, you miss out. Okay, now meteorite identification. I looked this up online. Okay, we are told meteorites are heavy. This is what I was told at the show. They're not heavy enough to be meteorite. Okay, Washington University in St. Louis, under some meteorite information, you can go there and look. Some rare meteorites that do not contain metal have low densities, like common earth rocks. Okay, and it says density is not that useful from distinguishing meteorites from meteorons. That's the Washington University in St. Louis. They have that on their website. Okay, so who's right? They're not that heavy, or density isn't a good thing to use. Okay, and we're going to get better. Okay, we are told meteorites are magnetic. Use a magnet. Okay, we're told this. Use a magnet. Okay. Several places online say a magnet, when used on a meteorite, destroys the material's magnetic record. It messes up the information inside a meteorite. Okay, so are we supposed to use one, or are we not supposed to use the magnet? Okay? Going to get better. And this is why I know I'm right, and I know that they are wrong, because they're not taking everything into consideration. Okay, fusion crust. I was told by these experts at the show, meteorites and rocks that fall to Earth have fusion crust. You have to have fusion crust. Okay, now I found an article online where they did a study. There are certainly some meteorites that have been found in the American West that do not have self-evident fusion crusts. And this is the point that I'm trying to get across. Weathered and fractured rocks that do not usually look like meteorites, for such a rock, a chemical test would have to be done to prove it is a meteorite. So if your meteorite doesn't have fusion crust and you take it in there, they tell you it's not a meteorite because it doesn't have fusion crust. That's not true. That's a lie. And if you look at this stuff online, you type in what this has got to have, what this has got to have, what this has got to have, and stuff. It's different. Everybody's on a different page. I have rocks like this in Woodland, Washington, and Woodland, Washington is in the northwest. Okay? It's not Antarctica. It's not the Sahara Desert. Okay. Now, I looked up. Meteorites have regimeglyptus, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. This is what the people told me at the show. All right? The experts. The experts told me at the show. Okay. Washington University in St. Louis, who does meteorites and meteorite studies, not all meteorites have regimeglyptus, but big ones usually do. Okay. Now this isn't making any sense because they're telling me one thing and I'm seeing another thing online. Okay, and this is the point that I'm trying to get across. Why people are losing out, why you lose out with something that may be a meteorite, because everybody's on a different page. Everybody's doing things a different way. And this is what I'm trying to make people aware of. It's not about being right. It's about being correct. Okay, another thing. The desert, Antarctica, and Woodland, Washington. Okay, the desert is hot. Most of the time it's hot. Antarctica is mostly cold. Woodland, Washington is wet, hot, and cold. Okay, you can't use the same formula to identify a meteorite in all these areas because the weather conditions and the elements that they're exposed to act differently on the rock. It will make them look different. But like I said, people think I'm stupid and they think I'm crazy. And this isn't. This is logical thinking. And this right here, because of all this stuff that I said, this is the reason why Oregon and Washington have 6 meteorite finds each. Because everybody is on a different page. Everybody does things a different way. Okay, now, I'm going to be nice. I'm done being upset because of what I'm going through. And you people out there, you good people out there who want to know if you have meteorites or not, look up the stuff and listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Because meteorites can be missed. All right. And I'll show you one way how they can be missed. All right. Here we go. Here we go. We have a magnetic rock. Now, this is what the so-called experts used at the show that I went to. This is one of the most stupidest magnets ever made for checking meteorites. And I will show you why. And you'll get the point. You'll get the point. And why you miss out. They put this on several of my rocks. Several of my rocks. And I will show you the difference. Okay? This is one of them. Okay? Put the magnet on here. What happens? Okay, you see it? It falls right off. Now, you take this bad boy. Now watch. You see how that magnet pulls to it? It pulls right to the rock. But it's suspended on a string. This is why when you do this on any kind of a meteorite, especially if it's like what I'm saying, if it's incomplete, if the metal is scattered still throughout the meteorite, not all bunched up in one area. If the majority of it's scattered and you go to stick one of these little things, that nickel, copper, nickel coated, which are non-magnetic metals that are coated on the outside of a magnet. Okay, you stick it right here and it's going to fall off. You take a magnet like this, and the bigger the magnet, the better. You take a magnet like this, and I'll do it again. Okay, now, am I clear about the magnet thing? This is the stupidest magnet to use. Suspending a magnet is the best way to find any kind of a meteorite, especially if it is a unfinished or incomplete one where the metal is spread out, where your metal and your minerals are spread out like this. If it's spread out, that's not going to stick. But when they're spread out, one of these magnets will stick. And a part of the reason why is because the metal and stuff is spread out, it doesn't have the force to support the weight of the magnet. If I take this and I put it on here, yeah, it's going to fall off because I'm not holding it by the string. You have to support a magnet. If you want to find all the meteorites that are out there, you have to support the magnet. And eventually, I'm going to get somewhere. I've got to get the money up to get my rocks tested. Okay? I have to get this tested. Because you cannot tell by looking at it. Even the experts at the show said, oh, well, that looks like it has green olivine in it. Oh, my word, if it looks like it has this and that in it, hey, maybe it actually is a meteorite that didn't finish. I'm presenting my evidence out there. People can watch, people can do whatever. They're welcome to subscribe. They're welcome to not believe. They're welcome to hate me. But I'm going with the truth. And the truth is, we're doing things the wrong way to identify meteorites. And if this doesn't prove anything to anybody out there, I don't know what it is going to do. But I do know this: we're about 50 years behind where we are, where we should be. We should know all about the universe by now, but because everybody's on a different page, doing things a different way, with stupid magnets instead of the right ones, that's why we guess at everything. We don't really know anything about the universe like we should. And I'll leave it at that. And like I said, I think for the people that subscribe and the people that are supporting me, some people that are believing me and understanding what I'm saying. But there is something seriously wrong here. And eventually, I will get to the bottom of it.